By now, everyone's seen the Persona 3 Reload trailer that was first shown at the Xbox Showcase and nowhere else. The reaction has been very positive so far. Before that, though, there's another announcement there. Persona 5 Tactica. I don't care. To be fair, the game looks decent. There aren't a ton of big strategy RPGs releasing anymore outside of Fire Emblem. This one looks solid, but I've been an S&T fan for years. Shameful, I know. So these Persona spin-offs don't appeal to me anymore. I'd much rather just get some original Mega 10 games from Atlas. Although at this point I've accepted we're never getting to Devil Survivor 3 anyways. Okay, back to the thing people actually care about. The trailer itself looks solid. It's very faithful to the original, and even if some of the environments are looking less than ideal, I won't lie and say that seeing my favorite Persona be remade with nice looking graphics didn't get me hyped. However, alongside the trailer's release was this interview with everyone's favorite company, IGN, which it's noted that the remake will not be including the major content from either Fez or Portable. Fantastic. Now, as most of you know, Fez and Portable, among just general balancing fixes and quality of life updates, had major content additions with new social links and events, but most notably, the female protagonist and the answer. We don't know for sure, as of now, if those smaller things are going to be in the game. We do have direct confirmation that neither the FemC or the answer are going to be in this definitive remake, which pretty much killed all my hype for this thing. The stated reasoning behind this is to recreate the original Persona 3 in its unmodified state, but I think most people can tell that that's some bullshit. And what really pisses me off about this statement is that both Portable and Fez are just objectively better versions. Nobody plays that original Persona 3 anymore, and it's for a reason. The debate over what the definitive edition of P3 is, Fez or Portable, notice how the original isn't included there, has been going on for years, but why is there a debate over this in the first place? Well, I'll go over the major content that's not going to be included in the remake, exclusive to each version. Going over Portable first, the FemC added a lot of content to the game that people tend to forget. The biggest part of that being the new social links. Most of the social links in the game, one of the main mechanics of the series, are either greatly changed or entirely new, with a lot of them being really good and on par with the original version. You could make the argument that that's just a ton of extra work, and yeah, congratulations, you know how game development is. That's just what you sign up for when you try and make a new version of a game with all this extra content. Cutting it all isn't a great solution, especially when the only way to officially access the FemC is Atlas's joke of a remaster they released earlier this year. As for Fez and the answer, like I already said, it's a full 20-ish hour campaign following up the main game, the story being referenced specifically in every spin-off featuring the Persona 3 cast, as well as even being referred to in Persona 4, so something you probably don't want to remove in your definitive remake. Now, some people have argued that this makes sense since the answer isn't very good, and these idiotic plebeians are completely right. The answer kind of sucks, its story is shit, and without going into spoilers, retcons a major part of the main game in a really stupid way. Even the gameplay is incredibly repetitive too, but isn't that the point of a remake, to fix things that didn't work in the original? Look at some of the best remakes out there, like say, the RE2 remake or Metroid Zero Mission. Those are remakes of old games with a lot of aspects that aged terribly, but did the devs just cut out that content? No, they went back and fixed or added on to those things to, improve the game. That leads me to my main point. Only took the entire video to get there. Why remake a game when you're not gonna actually fix any of the issues? Well, money I know, but shut up, I'm asking a rhetorical question here. The reason why everyone wanted a P3 remake was because it's the only one without a true definitive version. So if you're not even going to try to do the one thing that actually justifies the existence of your remake, outside of the nice graphics and the money, I'm gonna question it. And I have to specify, the base P3 is still a banger game, so as long as they don't fuck that up, this will be a good game by default. But when you're charging full price, and there's so much more they could have done to majorly improve the game, just by adding content that already exists, and it ends up being a big missed opportunity. Atlas's monetization practices have been on a downward spiral for a good amount of time now. I think this is the worst it's gotten so far. They know they can do this and make just as much money as if all the content was included because, well, it's Persona, it's always going to sell. And I just find that really underwhelming. Persona 3 is easily a top 10 game ever for me, and it deserves a better remake that can actually be called the definitive edition. So yeah, that's the video. Subscribe and all that shit if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Whenever that is.